what's up? So if my voice sounds a little weird, that's because I'm sick, don't worry about it. Last week I said that I'd be working on fixing some security issues that I had and connecting the front end to the database, the website to the database, and making the second page to be able to add new recipes and stuff. Well, I couldn't finish that. I stuck on the first one. I couldn't really solve the security issues yet. You'll see I don't really have a lot of footage of me actually coding. I wasn't home for a lot of time, for a big part of the week. So I had to code in some places where I couldn't record. And, well, yeah, I think I could only record about 3 hours of actual coding. The problem is quite persistent. It's harder to solve it than I thought. Basically, the security issue comes from before I used to have the access key, the token to access the database. I used to have it just like there, written in a JavaScript file, so everybody could see it. The idea on how to solve it is to either make the repository private, which gets rid of the GitHub Pages hosting service, whatever. If I have it on private, GitHub won't host my page, and I need something to host it for free. So what I decided to do to solve it is move to a different hosting service like Netlify. I chose Netlify. And basically the advantages that this gives me is that I can make the repo private. That way I avoid just anybody searching through it, getting the key. And also Netlify has this thing called environment variables that basically I just store the value in there and it's private for me, I call it as a variable inside the code and it doesn't show the actual value. The only issue with this is that I cannot call it inside client-side JavaScript scripts. I cannot call it from the client side. I need to make what is called a serverless function, which is basically a bit of backend and another JavaScript function that I call from the client side using a fetch. I call this function and it returns the object. The idea is I have the client right here, for example, let's say, and the database is up here, So it goes client to the function accesses the database, gives a response, curates that response, and gives it to the client. That's the general idea of fixing the security issue. And in theory, it's quite simple. It shouldn't really be much trouble, but I'm having a lot of trouble actually getting a function to be called right. I don't know if this is a Netlify issue, if I'm doing something wrong, I haven't been able to figure it out yet. Once I solve one problem, I get 2 or 3 more. And basically, yes, it's just the first connection client to function that is failing. I was able to make it work locally on a local development environment. It's something that the thing provides. But when I try to host it and use it from other computers, for example, I get a lot of trouble there. It's just not being able to actually call the function, once it deploys and it builds and everything. I try to access it and it gives me a 502 error. It says bad gateway. I haven't been able to fix it yet. But yeah, this week the idea would be to finish fixing that. Basically, it's the same objectives as last week. Finish the problem, finish the security issues, connect the website to the database, and create the page to add and delete recipes and add and delete ingredients. Also, this week I started university, college, whatever you want to call it. So I'll be a lot tighter with times. But yeah, I'll figure it out. See you later.